Hey guys, this is Casual with a nerdhammer.net battle report. This is round 3 of the Colonial Not Quite a GT. This third round has me pitted up against some Ogres, so let's see how it goes. Here is deployment. On my right side, I got my Furies, got my Skull Cannon tucked in behind, Epidemius tucked in behind my Plague Bear, or my Beast of Nurgle. My Great Unclean One is also tucked in behind. Ogre player, of course, has 2 cannons. It's the same as like the last game. Pretty close to a similar list. So yeah, I have no delusions that my Epidemius isn't gonna get shot by a cannon or something. Big block of Plague Bears with my BSB in there. My single beast, Plague Drones, another cannon. Got the cannon tucked in behind the house here to hopefully protect him from some cannon fire. On his right side, my left, he has his Iron Blaster out here, group of 4 Mournfang. They don't have the Dragonhide banner, so that's pretty awesome. A big block of Iron Guts here. He has a Fire Belly in there. I think that's his only caster. He kind of went combat heavy with his characters. And leading up the final days leading up to the GT, they were struggling for getting enough players involved, so they dropped the paint restriction. So that's why you'll see an unpainted army in GT, which you don't typically normally see. But here he has man-eaters, and amazingly, they are poison sniping man-eaters. Oh my God, what is with the sniping? I've never seen sniping on man-eaters in forever or ever. And here I go, 2 armies back to back that have it. Pretty crazy. And of course the blurry picture of the other Iron Blasters up there in the corner. So, Ogres turn 1. The objective for this battle was any unit or character could pick up these tokens on the ground. There was 6 of them. You could pick up a max of 5. You basically got tournament points for everyone that you possess. So Ogres, yeah, poison man-eaters, they do take shots at Epidemius and get 1 wound on him. My opponent was a little unlucky with his cannons and got no cannons to shoot any of my big guys. Sorry again for the blurry picture. It's really annoying me, so I really got to look at my phone and make sure I'm taking the pictures properly. I'm going to be more conscious of it moving forward. He just pushes up in the center. And on the right side, a little bit more tentative with the man-eaters. He had to keep them back so that they weren't marching and shooting. And his other Iron Blasters stays put. Demons, turn 1. So I bring the Plague Drones out against the Mournfang without having the Dragonhide banner, and I knew that because it's an open list. I knew I really liked the matchup, and I had the Skull Cannon here on the other side that if I need to put the Skull Cannon in on the next turn to finish them off, depending on how the fight goes, I have that ability. I've fought this matchup multiple times, Plague Drones versus Mournfang, so I figure if I can at least hold them up, even if I do lose it, like I said, my drones seem to be like a sacrificial unit in my playstyle, so I'm okay with going in, and if something happens and I kill those man-eaters or Mournfang, all the better. I take my single beast up to chaff up the Iron Guts in a manner where if he charges in, he can't overrun into my Plague Bears, which I probably didn't even have to set it up that way because I don't mind the Iron Guts in the Plague Bears. I just don't want all the impact hits, so it's a sticky situation. On the right side, yeah, I bring my beasts up and tuck Papa Nurgle in behind. I'm ready to get ready for any other counter charges or take him into the guts. Here on the right side, just fly the Furies up. Really not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm going to keep them in reserve to chaff up. And Epidemius, I could move up as far, and he's just sitting out there ready to get shot in the face. So after combat on this side, actually after shooting, I did kill one of his Iron Blasters, the one that's on the left side here. But after combat, yeah, the Plague Drones did really well against the Mournfang. I actually got the minus toughness spell on him, so they were only toughness 2. So that really helped me, and I did lose a Plague Drone for my efforts, but we're striking at the same time, so I still had all my attacks, and I overrun into this Saber Tusk. So that went really well for me, better than I was expecting. He was on, I don't know, I think he was on like a 3 or 4 with a reroll to stick around. So yeah, that's awesome. You see that I did 6 wounds to the Mournfang. There was 2 left, and those are the guys I ran down. So turn 2 Ogres. He just brings the Saber Tusk up to chaff up my beast, and he decides not to go into the beast of Nurgle. I think that's a decent decision, just to it's obvious that that's what I want him to do. So I think he just tried to play it differently and kind of surprise me. I think he ends up actually doing some magic to the beast then, which actually clears my path for charges. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. So his cannon misfires and spins around. So he's looking that way. And his poison man-eaters do put a wound on Papa Nurgle in a blurry picture. So turn 2 demons. Yeah, I did get 2 wounds from killing the Saber Cat and my plague drones reform. So charges. This kind of hurt me. I put the drones into the flank. I'm fine with that. I got 2 wounds on one of them, so one's I still get to strike first, so I'm okay with that. I take Papa Nurgle in, and I take the Plague Bearers in. The Plague Bearers didn't need really far. I think 7, 8, and you always fail. You fail that half the time. So yeah, it's understandable that they didn't make it in, but sending the Great Unclean One in on his own, that's going to be tough. I lined them up that I'm touching 2 characters and the unit. I'm happy with going at the unit. That should give me some decent wounds. The Eternal Blade, this whole game, I was rolling like just the 1. So, I'm only getting 6 attacks. I have only like initiative 5. So that was a bummer with the Eternal Blade. But yeah, I really want the Plague Bearers in there to negate Steadfast. Yeah, so that's unfortunate that they didn't make it, and it's going to be kind of weird to get them in now because Papa Nurgle's taking up a lot of taking up some of the frontage, so I'm going to have to wheel them in a way and try to get them in. I do take the other beast into the Saber Cat, and that should go pretty well. And the Furies, I just fly up. I'm not really sure what I want to do with them yet. I think I'm just going to keep them in reserve for chaffing, and of course, the Iron Gut or Iron Blaster can't charge them. Bring the Skull Cannon around. I'm taking shots at his cannon, trying to get that thing off the table. And I bring Epidemius. I'm just moving him back a little bit, trying to get him out of range of the the Man-Eaters. He's not quite out of range yet. I think the first row can still shoot at him. So in the magic phase, I get a decent magic phase. I get 2 spells up here on my Plague Drones. Curse of the Leper, so increase their toughness by 2. So they're toughness 5 normally, so they're up to toughness 7. I think I have +1 toughness from the tally, so they're toughness 8, and he is strength 6, so he's going to be hitting those guys on 6s. I also give him Blades of Purification, which increases their poison to 5 up. I don't want to bleed wounds from the Plague Drones in this situation because I can't have Papa Nurgle take an instability test. He already has 2 wounds on him, so it's absolutely vital that I'm not bleeding any wounds. So after combat, yeah, his killy character, man, he did 2 wounds to Papa Nurgle, which is, that's brutal. But as you see, the Plague Drones took absolutely no wounds, so, yeah, my magic phase absolutely helped me there. I think I might have won this combat, and he stuck around with a reroll and stubborn. So, yeah, Ogre's turn 2. After I did kill that Saber Tusk, I reformed the beast, and he takes the Man-Eaters in, and this was pretty smart. He lined them up so that if he pops these guys and overran, he would be hitting my my Plague Bearer unit. That was a good play. Everybody's in base-to-base contact. These guys are in, so it's perfectly acceptable to line up your guys that way. He brings the Skull Cannon around. He's going to take shots at Epidemius and kills Epidemius. Yeah. Well, I don't need him to win, but he absolutely helps. There was just nowhere else I could hide him. Maybe I should have had him over by the building, but I didn't know which Iron Blaster would die or if they would die first. So, yeah, it's tough. I hate trying to hide characters. So after combat here, yeah, he kills 1 Plague Drone. I kill 1 Man-Eater. I think it was like close to a push. I think it was actually exactly a push. No, that couldn't have been. Anyway. Regardless, I didn't take any instability, and he didn't break. So that's the way that looks there. And over here, He gets 2 wounds through on the plague drones, which is pretty impressive. So I have a wound left on one there, or I have 2 wounds left on one. And look at Papa Nurgle. He's down to his final wound. He has 5 wounds on him. He has 6 total. This is getting dicey. At least it's my turn next, and I can get the Plague Bearers in. I don't know if Papa Nurgle is going to survive at this point, but the only other option I have, the only option I have is to take the Plague Bearers in with all that combat res, and they're poisoned, and they're 4-up regen, and they're in all their nastiness. Yeah, got to get them in there. Turn 3 demons. That's exactly what I do. I bring the Plague Bearer Horde in with my BSB. So hopefully, they can do enough wounds. He won't be steadfast. I don't think he has the Crown of Command either. If he does, I must have killed that. I kill that character. I'm not 100% sure. I bring the Skull Cannon around. I don't feel that I need to support this combat, so I'm going to bring him over and maybe take care of the Man-Eaters, or I'm still taking shots at his Iron Blaster at this point. I fly the Furies around back. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I can't put them into combat. They're going to just bleed combat res. I'm just keeping around in case I need to chaff. And on my magic phase, I roll boxcars and get a free unit. So I bring some blood letters in. Since I don't have the Epidemius tally, it doesn't make sense bringing Plague Bearers. So I just bring some blood letters in and set them here, giving me some options. If I need to bring them into the flank of the Iron Guts, I can. If I need to bring them into the rear of the Man-Eaters, I can. Yeah, it's just so crazy when you get a free unit like that. Shooting does kill his cannon finally, so that's awesome. That frees up this cannon to make some charges if I need. The only spell I get through in my magic phase, surprisingly, is Miasma of Pestilence, which reduces their weapon skill, and I got it by 3. So that is absolutely huge. I didn't realize it until after that spell went on, but now all his guys are hitting Papa Nurgle on 6s, and he's toughness 7, so he's wounding on 5s with his Iron Guts. That is huge. That was such a huge spell to get through. He had a couple dice and he stopped it. I was just trying to cast low. I'm trying not to blow up Papa Nurgle at this point. So he was able to stop a couple spells, but this one absolutely got through, and that was a critical spell. Even, let's see, he's reducing it by 3, so even against the Plague Bearers, he's hitting those guys on 6s, because I am weapon skill 3, he gets reduced to 1 or 0. I don't think he can get 0, but so it's reduced that he's hitting me on 5s, -1 for Nurgle, hitting me on 6s. Crucial spell against Iron Guts, and of course that was enough to do it. Papa Nurgle stays alive. Plague Drone stays alive. I didn't lose any Plague Bearers. Just a huge combat. The Beasts of Nurgle actually beat the Man-Eaters. They broke, ran them down. Complete tabling at that point. And it's a win for the Demons, a 25-5. So, as I alluded to in the beginning of these battle reports, the Colonial GT just did not have the attendance it had in the past. I think it was only 16 or 18 players. It's unfortunate that the turnout was so low, but when you have a small community of wargamers and there's multiple big events going on the same weekend, you're really spreading the player base thin. With that said, it was a fun tournament. The guys, I know a lot of the guys that play in it. We had a good time. We had a lot of laughs. When we first showed up, they said, hey, look, instead of making this a 2-day event, do you guys just want to play 4 games today and just smash them out? And that way you guys don't have to come back. We don't have to get a hotel room, blah, blah, blah. So we decided to do that. Yeah, everyone voted for 4 rounds. Well, the night was wearing on, and at the end of round 3 here, by the time they were finishing up, it was like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. Yeah, we can keep our part of the mall open, but everyone was kind of spent, so the TO said, let's make a vote. Do you guys want to end it here and just call it a day? And I jokingly said, well, what place am I in? He's like, well, you're in 3rd. And he goes, Alan's in 2nd, and no one's catching Scooter, who had Fate Weaver Epidemius, just slaughtered everybody, 25 5s across the board. So we all voted. We decided to end it here. I end up 3rd overall. Alan's High Elves, Nerdhammer player, went down to the tournament with me. His High Elves take second. He had 2 wins and a draw also. It just basically came down to tournament objective points, and he edged me by a couple. So Alan gets second place, so congrats to him. Congrats to Scooter for absolutely slaughtering everybody. I had a great time. I get third overall. I can't complain. Yeah, it was a fun time. Like I said, anytime I'm playing Warhammer all day is a good day. So thanks guys for watching the battle reports. Subscribe if you've never seen them, and tell your friends about them. I'm gonna have a video coming up real shortly. I just realized I'm over 300 subscribers, which absolutely amazes me that 300 plus of you out there want to come back to my channel and listen to me rant over Warhammer games. Yeah, it means a lot to me. I know I'm not one of the guys that put out the most content on YouTube for battle reports, but I want to contribute any way I can. I always say we're a small community of players, so anything you can put out there is awesome for everyone. Even though we're a small community, we're worldwide, man. We're worldwide. There's subscribers from Australia and all over the place. So yeah, it's really cool. Come back for some more games coming up soon.